Hello, welcome to another edition of Saturday Night Spooning. I know I said I was taking a break and not going to be streaming for a while, but got some new paints in. Was going to have to do spoons anyway, so I figured I'll go live. People hang out, cool. If not, I'll talk to myself a little bit. And if no one shows after like a half an hour, then I'll probably just end the stream and listen to something while I paint. Anyways, start off, we are doing Tamiya gloss purple. So we got 4 spoons to do, 2 grays, a white, and a black. And so this is the white. And so just, all right. That is a pretty purple right there. That is what I like to see. All right. Now on black, don't know if it'll show, but we'll see. It shows a little bit better than I thought it would. Well, you can't really see what I'm doing too well. So there we go. Oh, we got a bunch of people watching. Welcome, everyone. And this Tamiya is going on super smooth. This is the Vallejo white. Or no, this is the Vallejo gray. I'm sorry. It just looks real white. And it's a little bubbly, so ignore that. It's not the paint. It's the primer. Or it's actually from the spoon. That is fantastic looking purple. I really like that purple. Yep. And we're down to 1. All right. The Badger Gray. That was, I would say, I like all of them. They all looked nice for the purple. Move those up. And got a little extra paint left, so I'm going to put that back in the container. Hey, Full Metal Jacket, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Don't know if I've ever seen you on the channel, but if so, welcome back. Otherwise, if you're new, welcome. This paint back. We're going to be testing 10 paints today. And the first one was purple, this lovely purple color by Tamiya, the solvent base acrylic, and it turned out beautiful. I'm really happy with how it turned out. All right, now we got to clean up this. Ah, okay. I'm kind of on a break at the moment, so you might not see much activity. I'll be putting out like a couple shorts for Gunpla I've built, especially some of the paint job ones. But I'm on a little bit of a break. But I was doing this and figured I would stream. So just got to clean the airbrush out for the next paint. Which doesn't take much. About 2 minutes to clean out, usually. The way you get spray. All right. Put a little alcohol through and see if we get what we're hoping. Go down the paste there. Yep, all gone. Excellent. So now I got thin out the next paint. rid of the purple supplies. So the next one is Tamiya light green. It is very bright, it looks like. All right, I believe that's everything. All right. Just need a little bit. Just enough to cover the bottom of the cup. As then we add equal parts thinner slash flow improver, which is in this little handy mix bottle I have here. I just kind of do it by eyesight. And what I do is after I'm done stirring it a bit, I then check the sides to see if it's the right consistency. It appears to be, or at least it should be good. Don't know how this one will do, especially on the black, but we shall see. This again is the Tamiya light green. All right, grab the 4 spoons here. All right, we're going to start off with the gloss black spoon. It's a little watered down for my taste. Let's see if we got any more in this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put a tad more paint in it to thicken it. Could also be the spoon. The direct spoon with no primers tend to be a little finicky at times. Sometimes they work nice, and other times they do not. All right, put a little more of the paint in. Stir it up. Then we'll try this again. Just do a quick blowback. Okay, now it should be mixed properly. Let's see here. Add the spoon. The top turned out all right there. It doesn't look that good on there though. But we get the gist of it. All right, this is white. Now that's pretty. I like that. And kind of hard to tell, I know, but with the lighting the way I have it, but it is very nice. You kind of see it there. I get the right bend there. On the Badger Gray, so that's on the Badger Gray. Still looks really nice. And finally, onto the Vallejo Gray, which pretty much looks like white. Wow. I think that's my favorite right there. Oof, that is quite the green. I like that. I wish the lighting would be a little bit better. Let's see. Oh, it froze up a little bit there. That might be a little bit better. A little bit. All right. Put the rest of the paint back. Get as much out as I can. Because when you're building models, you go through it pretty fast. Do a washout. Helps if I actually get it into the hole. Just a little bit in because we're going to backflow it. And dump that in. Making a mess. All right. And let's spray it out. Let's test to see. A little fleck here and there, but nothing too bad. I think we're good to move on to the next one. So for all of these, I do a 1-to-1 ratio of paint to thinner. I believe that's what's recommended, and it's what has worked the best. So I will say I tend to just eyeball it. So the next one is Tamiya Park Green, and that's also a gloss. All the ones I'm doing today, I believe, are glosses. Right. I'm getting better with the whole ratios and getting out just what I need. Been working at that. So grab our spoons, do our little mix. Looks pretty good. We'll stir it up. And there we go. Yeah, it looks like a decent ratio. We'll go with it. Put that in. Hopefully, I think I made enough. There we go. Oh, get our spoons here. Try gloss black. The town to me don't seem to like the gloss black, but for some reason the top doesn't mind, but the bottom does. Uh, this is the yeah, this is white. Surprised how close to the light green it is. And I may have thinned it a little too much, but I hope I have enough. This is the Vallejo green or Vallejo gray. Yeah, this is so much like the light green. I'm kind of surprised. And the badger gray. Let me try it a little bit. It's a little bit more muted, I guess. Not the biggest fan of that one. All right. Get this all cleaned up and ready to go for the next one. And the next one is our last Tamiya, and it is sky blue, I believe. Uh, so yeah, I've gotten pretty good with cleaning the airbrush out pretty fast uh, after when you have to switch colors. Doesn't take much. Basically, you do a blowback, clean out the pot a little bit with a with a with paper towel, and then put some more alcohol and spray through. Yep, all good. And usually that's enough to do it. Just gonna grab the shot glass and it. Grab our spoons and the paint. I've already pre-shaken all these with a vortex mixer. So just gonna with the pipette, you take a little bit out. Got a little bit more than I needed to, but I'm going to thin this a little less because the Tamiya seems to be wanting less thinner today, which doesn't make much sense to me, but especially since I find the Tamiya to be a little bit of a thicker paint. Go get that all stirred up. Well, this is, let's see here, consistency. Yeah, you want basically like 2% milk. And it's close. Hey, John, great to see you. Just kind of doing a one night only stream because I was going to be doing this either way. So I figured, hey, might as well stream it. Felt in the decent enough mood to do so. All right. This is the sky blue from Tamiya on black. Yeah, these spoons have not liked the Tamiya today. At least the ones that are bare. It's not, and I knew it wouldn't deep spray that good on black. Let's say that one's the last. Even the dark gray, it does not like it turns into a very muted sky blue. It's almost more of a gray blue than anything. This is on the Voile gray. This is probably the primer I use the most. It's a lot more toned down than I thought it was going to be, but it looks nice. Don't know exactly where. Hey, Fixa, hope you're doing well, sir. On the white, it looks nice. That's on the white. That is what that's what I was looking for. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, you get an idea for me? You'll have to, I don't know if you want to let me know in stream or let me know later. I've thought about it. I got to figure out the exact logistics because I don't know if it works with acrylics or if I have to use a different type of paint. So, but it's definitely, yeah, definitely something I got to look into. Do some like Nintendo Switch uh, backs and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, I'll have to check that out. Definitely. I mean, I just enjoy. I'm really enjoying airbrushing. I end up doing a little bit each day almost. And dude, fix a like that a new Pokemon set came out, and people are going nuts. I think it's like $200 for an elite trainer box. That's insane. It's like a $30 or $40 thing if I remember correctly from when I was playing. Hey Brian, hope you're doing well. Just kind of a last minute stream because I got some new paints and I had to see how they looked for future paint builds. So this is we're starting with the rest of these are uh, okay. You know, I'll definitely figure it out. Yeah, and that's why I feel bad about for the people who are uh, who play the game because they're finding it nearly impossible to get cards just to play. Like all it's hurting is the kids or even adults that play. I mean, it's bad enough that card packs I think retail for like five something now, which is insane to me. Yeah, I don't think Pokemon's going anywhere. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, you're just saying hey to John. Usually when people say peace, they mean goodbye. Threw me off there. And John, that's awesome. I'll have to check out your sponge paint design. I'm currently doing an Iron Man Sinandru Stein. So it's a custom paint job with the colors of Iron Man and trying to get the look of Iron Man as much as possible. All right, this is the Mr. Hobby Aqueous Orange Yellow. You weren't impressed with the new Legends game? I am, but I'm just a I'm just a sucker for Pokemon games. Always have been, always will be. All right, start off with the Badger Gray. Leave that for a second. This is the Veil Gray. It's a lot more yellow than I thought it was going to be. On the black, I don't think this actually. Hold on. We're going to do the white first. A little bit more orange on the white, but not much. You definitely contrast more with the yellows. Uh, I don't know what it is, but the paints are not liking the gloss, the black spoon stay. Usually they stick pretty good, but oof, and that was a stinkier, more stinky paint than usual from the Aqueous ones. All right, let's get another coat on this. That brought out the orange a little bit more. And we're out of paint, I believe. Yeah. So the second coat would definitely bring out orange a little bit more. Have fun Fortniting away. Own some noobs. Wow, we're already 5 of the way through. We are booking it. All right. Let's do that. Let's get the pot in here. So currently I am building, kind of switching back and forth between the Freedom 2.0 and the Musha Gundam Mach 2. I keep kind of bouncing back and forth between them. The Freedom I'm going to paint. The Musha I am not planning on it. And all I'm using to clean this is just some alcohol. Let's see if we're good. Real hint of green. Seems good. I think we're good. All right. This was very much a last minute stream, especially since I'm not really streaming at the moment. Sure, I surprised a few people. All right. Nicely coated. And this is the Mr. Hobby Aqueous white or light blue. I haven't done the legs yet. So I do not know that answer. I have just finished one arm, I believe. And I got both shoulders. I have it all cut out, ready to go. It's a little thick, but I'm not good with it. So far, I've had 0 problems with it. Uh, this is the Voil Gray Primer. I do like this. That is a nice blue. That's actually a blue I'm been kind of looking for. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is on the Badger. Like I said, I'm not really liking it on the Bat. I didn't like the other one on the Badger either. This is white. That's real nice. I don't know if you can tell, but that has a nice blue look to it. I'm happy with that one. That is the blue I am looking for a certain project. Actually, doesn't look half bad on the black either. I really like these Aqueous paints. They go on a lot smoother and have less difficulties. I've been looking to see if they got a bigger size surface or like primer, because I think that would look or go on a lot easier than the primers I have been using. Blow back into it. Empty it. Unfortunately, I forgot to order the red I need because I ran out of the red, so I'm midway through painting Project Iron Man, so it's on a standby till I get paid and can have one shipped. I want to say welcome to all those that are here. 6 people watching. It's great to have you all, especially when all I'm doing is spooning. But I hope hang out and chat. I always enjoy chatting with everyone. We are ready for our next paint. And our next paint is rather boring one. Tire black. I'm just all the colors I got today. I'm just doing all 4 spoons for each. That way I am covered, or that I have them available for me to figure out what I want to use. I say hello to everyone and they all leave. Well, not all. It's kind of funny though. It happens every time. All right, this is actually a lot more gray than I thought it would be. Because this is tire black, like in wheel tire. All right. Hello, Laura. Hope you're doing well. Why am I? Why? Why are you painting spoons? I use the spoons to as like a paint swath, so I know what the color will look like on various primers. So when I'm trying to figure out a paint scheme, I can pick out the right paints to use. That is why we do this the spoons. I've also done color test cards, but I'm out of the color test cards. So we're doing spoons. And the spoons are a little bit more accurate. All right. So Badger Gray primer with the black uh, tire black. And yeah, you can tell it's, I don't know if you could tell on camera, but in person, it's just a really dark gray, which I'm not complaining about. Because I could always use a good tire gray. This is the Vallejo gray primer. So very much almost a white. This is the one I use probably the most primer wise. So yeah, you can really see it's gray now on that white. It just really shows how it's a deep gray. I really definitely not complaining. This is just a plain white spoon. To kind of simulate white, a white primer. That's how that looks. Not too bad. And finally on gloss black, which as well, you can definitely tell there's a difference between that and that. Now you can't really see on camera wise. Find a light. I've got plenty of light. It just doesn't want to show it, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's see if I can't put the rest of this back in there. Trying to conserve as much paint as possible. Is these Mr. Hobby Aqueous paints are a little bit of a pain to find. Grab our spray pot for cleaning. Looks foggier. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can see that. Roll back and clean the inside. And then we just go all the rest of the paint through. I've cut this down to almost like 2 minutes or so cleaning, which is, you don't need to take apart your whole airbrush to get it clean. I've seen, and I learned that like because I was doing that like completely, where I'd pull the needle out, clean that, clean the needle cap. I would just do it all, and it's not needed till you end the day. All right, this one is actually from their Gundam color line. This is Mr. Hobby Aqueous Titan's Blue 2 from Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta. Come on, there it is. Well, it's a little bit more toned down than I thought. Definitely don't need all of that. Not the biggest fan of these latest pipettes I got. They are hit and miss how much they suck up. All right, then we got our thinner slash flow improver. And it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio. I eyeball it, and then as I stir and look, I test to see the consistency, and it appears to be what I'm looking for, which is what you do is you take your stirring stick and you just kind of run it along, and you see it go down. If it's kind of a milk consistency, it's what you kind of want. So that might have been a little thicker than milk consistency, but we're sticking with it. All right. Let's start off with the black. It showed more than I thought it would. Almost turns out like a dark purple or like a violet color. Very interesting. And this is on white. I really kind of like this blue. It's a little bit bolder. So it did lighten up a little bit as it's drying. But it does look very much in between blue and purple. All right, this is the Veil Gray Primer. I think I like it on. It does dry weird. I don't know. It dries a lot more muted than I thought it would. But I do kind of like it. I'll be interested to see how it fully dries. This is the Badger Gray. Just lightly blow, have my airbrush blow on it to try and dry it a little bit. I'm going to put a second coat on this one. We have some paint left, or I'll probably grab one of the others too and see. It's sticking that color. All right. Let's see here. Try to blow dry this a little bit. So let's put the next coat on. I applied it thick enough where basically we got what we got. And we're down to our final two colors. And they're kind of boring. I kind of saved the boring ones for last, unfortunately. Pull back. This. We have to put my pot up here. Empty that. Oh, I like it. Funny, this is I like it on the neck or the paper towel the best. All right. Let's see. A little bit more. All right, looks good. Got a little bit that went over on the side of the paint airbrush. All right, put that back. I'm going to save the silver for last because at least that one I'm very curious about because it's kind of a different paint line for the Aqueous, but this one is just gray violet. So I'll be curious to see how much violet actually comes out in it. When I was put it through the mixer, I didn't really notice anything. Storage stack. Wow, I think I'm gonna do stream in just an hour. It's kind of go. All right. See, like that one, it didn't want to suck through, but this time, let's see. All right, much. We didn't get much paint in that. That's probably a little too much thinner, but we'll make do. It won't take much to coat. All right. Grab our. Oh, and the airbrush I'm using is an Iwata Eclipse with a 0.3 millimeter needle. And we'll start off with white. Yeah, I don't see really any purple in that. That is just another gray. I, I keep falling as a sucker for these grays with a different color added to it, and they're all this gray. Yeah, nothing special. Nothing special at all. And finally, the last one, Vallejo Gray. And perfect. I put them perfect amount in, so it just ran out. So, huzzah on that. Get rid of that stuff. Get that ready. Pot of cleanness. Yeah, that was a rather extreme gray. And, but yep, as usual, I fall for the grays. I gotta put a note on me or something saying don't buy any more grays. I have light grays. I have plenty of dark grays. I've got grays like that. All clear for our final one. And this one is that stuff here. It is super metallic. So another aqueous like the ones before it. It is super fine silver. So we'll see how silver it truly is. I'm always looking for a good silver. I'm kind of a sucker for metallics. All right. It's more than enough. Especially since I've only seen this one in one store. I don't want to use too much of it up. So it's the last paint for the night. There we go. That's plenty. That over here. Let's get stirred up. Perfect consistency. That appears to be. I don't know how metallic. Let's see how the super fine silver it is. All right. Let's start on the Vallejo Gray. Eh, not a big fan on the Vallejo Gray. Let's do the one where it's going to show the most, and that is on the black. It's not a bad silver. It's almost close to a chrome, almost a chrome-like finish. It's a nice silver. It's actually very similar to the Tamiya chrome silver. I'd say those two are pretty much identical. And, gloss black is the backing that you usually want to use for your metallics. That's where you get the most out of. But we do have our Badger Gray here. See, it just kind of, you still get it, but not as good as we would on the gloss black. And our final spoon, white. And the white just mutes it completely. It doesn't look bad, but not the biggest fan of it. Hey, Sugar, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sugar of Crits. All right, so that is it of the paints. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me on the live stream. Like I said, it was kind of impromptu, but it is. I was just gonna got these paints in, and I was gonna be doing the paint spoons, and didn't feel like listening to anything too much, so I figured I would go live. Bob Ross airbrush night. Yeah, I could see it. All right, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all for watching. You can see, you can smell the paint fumes from here. Actually, it doesn't really give off too much paint fumes because they're acrylics. It's when you get into the enamels and lacquers that you have to start wearing a respirator, and it will stink. If you're interested in planes, I do know Tamiya is very good with their model kits. Uh, I haven't really done any of those type of models, so I couldn't exactly tell you. Uh, Here, I was cleaning my airbrush. Um, Talk while I'm just cleaning my airbrush here. You like cleans? Well, Tamiya is probably one of the biggest ones. I think Revell maybe makes them as well. Pull out our needle here, clean that, and did I just bend it? No, I didn't. Okay, close. It dug into the cardboard. I was a little worried that I might have busted the needle, but it appears fine. So we're just gonna grab the alcohol, run that through. There we go. The pot's nice and clean. Let's see. That's actually fairly clean, but we'll grab a new piece of paper towel here. Oh, that could be true. Those are the two I know of is Tamiya and Revell doing the models. Hobbytown USA tends to have a lot of them. That's that's where I go for some of my paints and some of the got to check the nozzles. That's pretty clean. This was a pretty clean night. Usually I got some paint gunked up on stuff, but nope. When paint is on the outside of this for the most part, and the needle, of course. Water slide decals. Yep. Uh, I do go over a little bit, or I can tell you a little bit about how to do them. Uh, you get the water warm to hot. You cut out the decal you want. You take a tweezers, dip it in that water for about 10, 15 seconds. You pull it out and lay it kind of next, holding the tweezers and put it kind of against where you want to lay it out. And you take a wet cotton swab and slowly try to peel it off of that paper and onto the model. And then it's just moving it to where you like it. As long as it's wet, it will stay movable for you. And there's two things called mark setter and mark softener. And people will use those occasionally to the mark setter helps it set into the right, helps move it and gets it set. And then the softener kind of almost helps it kind of almost burns it into, or it helps it merge more the uh, into the actual model. Like you really won't see much of any type of film. But when if you decide to airbrush eventually, let me know and you can learn from my mistakes. Have a good night, Laura. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for becoming a sub of the channel. All right, that's back in. Now I gotta re-grab the hose that fell. Put a little water through it. Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes as a beginner. with like purchases and just I can direct you kind of the videos that helped me more than others. Oh, you've been a sub for a while? I did not know. Oh, you came for the Dragon content, stayed for the chill vibes. Awesome. Yoshi's doing good. I gotta post a new Yoshi pic sometime soon. I've been negligent on the Yoshi pics, but yeah. What can happen is some of the oil, like to get them off of the molds, will kind of stick onto them sometimes. What I do is I put them uh, in alcohol, 90% alcohol, 90% alcohol bath. I just dip them in there and then wipe them off with a paper towel. Takes forever, but it's worked good for me. Yeah. And it's not harsh on the parts or anything, so that's good. Uh, let's see, what else can I say? I've got pretty much everything done that I need to do. So, and it dries faster to get water. Yes, it does. All right. Well, I'm going to end it. I've got almost all the cleanup already done as well. So, thank you all for watching. Those that watch it on replay, thank you for watching. And no clue when I'll stream next. Probably be a while, but till then, have a good night and be kind to one another. Bye.